Hello, beautiful internet family. My name is Dan Davis, and I'm the creative director here at DansTube.TV, as well as the Fearless Drone Academy, which is the ultimate online drone course for beginners. And today I'm actually not doing a drone video. I'm checking out the DJI Mic, which is finally available to a lot of people out there. There was a big delay on this unit here, but as you can see, I'm using the microphone right now. This is the transmitter, sending the signal over to the receiver, which is connected into my camera. The wireless setup I've got going on here. And for the last couple of months, this has been my primary audio device that I've been using to record all of the videos for my YouTube channel. You do get the two transmitters here. I'm using one right now to send the signal, but this one is completely powered down. If I wanted to though, I could power this on and just press the record button here and have this as a separate feed. It won't be sending it to the camera, but it will actually store it on board here. So I can use this as a little standalone microphone unit if I really want to. Again, I could do the same thing here. I could just be recording separately on this device, but it's actually sending it over to my camera, over to the receiver, and everything's gonna be packaged into the video, which is super useful for what I'm doing here. So if you're a YouTuber, if you're like a content creator that talks to the camera a lot, this is a really, really handy setup, something that I absolutely adore. Having the two transmitters means that you can have an interview set up. If you want someone over here, they can both have the microphones attached to them, and then you can send that signal over to the receiver. So you can send it either as an individual signal from each device, so you've got two separate channels, you can combine them. You can also record individually to each device as well as sending it over to the camera unit. So it's a very versatile system here that allows you to have a lot of control over how you want the audio to be recorded. Now in terms of the build quality of the actual units themselves, the receiver, which is on top of the camera right now, great build quality. It's got a touch screen so you can navigate through the menus. I've got it at -6 decibels at the moment because I like to have the mic placed just around here. I found that when it was on 0, which was like the default, it would peak occasionally. So I like to have it at 0.6, did I just say 0.6? -6 decibels so that I can have it positioned where I've got it here. Now, one of my favorite things about this microphone system, which is such a small, I guess, detail, but it's so unbelievably useful, is that you actually have a little puck. It's a little magnet, which is a very strong magnet. You can detach that, and that then allows you to connect it to literally any piece of clothing. I've attached it to thick jumpers, jackets. You could even attach it to your jeans if you really wanted. Now, previously, a lot of wireless microphone systems would only have that little clip. So you do have the clip option if you want to clip it onto your belt or onto your shirt or whatever it may be. But a lot of jumpers and shirts and different design clothing out there doesn't really work that well with the clip, or it's way too close to your mouth, so then you get a lot of peaking and awkward things happening. So the fact that you can use this magnet here, which then means that you can attach it to other things outside of just clothing, but it allows you to attach it to really anywhere. And I've tested it, like I said, on jumpers, which is really thick material that would typically not work, but they've made sure that the magnet is, let's just listen to this. Oof. The magnet is honestly really strong. So that's one of my favorite things about this. I don't have to think about what I'm wearing, and how I'm gonna position the microphone on me. I just use the magnet, as you can see right now, and it just floats on my shirt, but it works fantastically every single time. The other really cool thing about these little wireless units here is that you can plug in other devices, other microphones. So I've got a little shotgun microphone here, but let's say you've got like an interview that you want to do on the street and you don't just want to use this, you don't just want to hold this up to someone. You can then plug in an additional microphone into that little 3.5 jack there. You could hold on to this microphone and then just interview them like that. But that's such a simple wireless setup, very versatile, so you could unplug that and use a lapel mic if you really wanted to. But to have like a directional shotgun mic like this, so you could interview someone and go, hey, what do you think of DansTube.TV? Is it overrated, underrated? What do you think? Should you subscribe? That's such a simple little setup there and so easy to use on the fly. The other thing that's really cool is in the little bag that you get with it, you get a bunch of accessories, but one of the coolest accessories, one of the most useful accessories is a little windshield. That means that if there's a bunch of wind hitting on the microphone, you're not going to have that peaking and that awkward sound that pops up. One thing that I do love about this design though, Other competitors out there seem to use a clip design. So similar to this clip here, they actually clip the microphone on, which will fall off. It's a bit awkward. It doesn't really hold that well. This mechanism here is a screwing mechanism. So you actually screw into the position of the microphone, and it makes such a difference. I can't pull it off here. It's actually screwed into the system. So now I've got my little windshield and it's screwed into the actual microphone, so I don't have to worry about it, you know, moving around or getting knocked or anything like that. Like, you can pull on that, not that you want to too hard, but you can pull on that and that's gonna be in there nice and securely. So again, now I've got a little microphone system. I can still use the magnet on the back, have it here, and I can be out with all the wind in the world. Well, probably not all the wind in the world, but you know, a little bit of wind hitting on me, and I'm gonna be perfectly fine just to have my wireless microphone set up right there on my chest. This is one of the smartest features of the DJI Mic, and it's this little charging case here. Now, as you open it up, this is basically where you connect everything in to charge the devices. So you can connect in the two transmitters, you can connect the receiver here. They've got little pins and it's all magnetized, so as you drop it in, it just clips in and immediately starts charging from this case here. Now, this case has 3 out of 4, I guess, bars for the actual battery on it. But honestly, this is no exaggeration. I do 2 YouTube videos a week. I rarely charge this unit. Maybe, I think I've only ever charged it once. Honestly, like a month and a half, I reckon I got of use. 2 videos a week, consistently using it. My girlfriend even used it for her YouTube videos on multiple occasions. The battery life is insane, like honestly insane, especially because like the battery life of the units themselves are great. You know, they do a great job on their own. I very rarely have to even, you know, plug in the receiver, for example. Like that just sits on my camera most of the time. I very rarely charge that because it just holds battery life so well. But then the fact that I can just plug them in, leave them for a little bit to charge them up, you know, close this off so it's all protected, nice and safe. It's a very sturdy unit. And then if I ever need to charge it, it's just USB-C on the back, charge it up, and then everything's fully charged for the next 2-3 months or however long, depending on how regularly you're filming. But, you know, if you're not regularly filming, even if you're filming all the time, you very rarely have to charge this unit. And the fact that you can just plug everything in and it just magnetizes and charges is just such a smart system. You don't have to think about anything. It's very simple to use. You can even see on the base of the unit, there's little magnets there. So you can even just drop them onto a top that is metal and is going to be magnetized. Like I've just got a little thing here that I'm just sticking it on and it just sits upright. So again, if you want to sit it on a bench or something, you don't have to worry about it blowing over or getting knocked. It's actually going to be able to hold its position. So it could just sit in front of you like a microphone would, and you don't have to worry about it getting knocked. Again, very, very handy. The other thing I love about the DJI Mic system is just how versatile it is. I've mentioned already how versatile it is, but you have a few different attachments in the case here. So I've got a USB-C that could work on Android devices or a Lightning connection here, which can work on obviously iOS devices, iPads, iPhones, whatever else. Now, this is such a simple system. Previously, with other mic systems I've used, I've had to get multiple adapters to then get it to work on my iPhone. All I've got to do is just change the connection piece, plug that into my iPhone, and I can start recording straight away on the fly. So handy. That's literally where the DJI Mic system has excelled. It's functional, it's portable, it's compact, and it's so easy to use on a variety of different devices. Now, if you check out some of these videos that are popping up on the screen right now, this is my girlfriend's channel, Therapy Through Cards, and she actually uses this connection piece here to connect up the receiver so that she can plug it into her iPhone to then get the audio from this microphone recorded to her iPhone so that she can do her tarot card readings. Again, very easy to do. We can go from having it on my camera, I could do a video like this, I could then disconnect it, plug this little guy in, hand it over to my girlfriend, and then she can start recording with amazing audio quality on her iOS device, which again is unheard of because you'd have to use multiple adapters and it would just be awkward on other devices. So having this little system here is really a lifesaver. The other really impressive thing about these units is the range. You can get up to 250 meters of transmission range. That's insane. Just imagine how far you would have to be to create a 250 meter gap between you and the camera. Again, perfect for those interview style, like on the road, on the street kind of interview shows where you go up and you ask them, you know, what are your thoughts on this or that? That's a perfect setup because you could have a camera hidden off to the side in the bush, massive zoom lens, have this, and then you go up and interview people. You've got 250 meters of range. Not ideal for someone like me who literally sits like a meter away from the camera. That's all I ever need, so transmission is never a problem for me. Same with my girlfriend, she maybe has 2-3 meters between her and her iPhone. So again, we don't really need that range, but if you need the range for like an interview style show, then go ahead, because this is the perfect setup for that. The other crazy thing is you get up to 14 hours of onboard memory on each device. So you can record for hours on end. You could literally just record directly to this device. You don't even need to worry about having, the receiver on top. You could literally just record directly onto this device, plug it into the computer, film on your camera, and then sync the two together. I love the fact that I can have them synced immediately through the camera setup. But if you really wanted to, you could record individually on this up to 14 hours. Another really cool thing the DJI Mic system does is it saves a safety track. So what that means is, let's say for example, you've got a person who's a presenter, you clip it on here and they're really loud, they're a larrikin. Hey, what's going on? It's me, do, yo, 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 really loud, and the mic's right here and it's peaking. And let's say you haven't changed the, the multi-channel settings, so it's literally just recording at 0 decibels and everything's peaking, it's unusable audio. If you record to the unit itself, it will create a safety track that records at -6 decibels, which is what I'm using right now. And it very rarely, it never peaks, unless I'm like shouting at it or click right on it. It never peaks. Just from my audio levels at the volume that I'm talking, it's perfectly fine. So honestly, that's great. The fact that you have that safety track, you don't have to worry. That's that peace of mind knowing that it's backed up for you. The other thing is in this setting, for example, let's say I'm recording, which I am right now, recording to the actual camera system. I can also record individually to this system as well, so that I've got an additional backup just in case something happens. They say you get about 15 hours of battery life with the charging case. They're saying here 5.5 hours of battery life from the actual transmitters and 5 hours from the receiver. So 5.5 from these guys and then 5 hours from the receiver on top. Oh, that snap of the magnet is so strong. But if you use the case itself, then you get up to 15 hours. But like I said, I do 2 videos a week, maybe a couple of months is like without even charging the case. I get a couple of months from the setup of the receiver transmitter and then the case itself. Maybe I'll plug them in and just, let this guy charge it up. But honestly, it's insane, like 15 hours of battery life. You don't even have to worry about battery life. You could go and film for hours on end without even having to think about battery life. For me, as a content creator that creates a lot of content at home, when I go out and film on the field, typically I'm not recording the audio. I like to come home, have the 2 studio lights, the light behind me, and then just record a talking to camera piece like this. So it's ideal for those kind of settings. So if you are that type of person, perfect for you. But if you want to set up interviews with multiple microphones set up on 2 different people, again, perfect for that. You can also just record individually to this unit. So maybe you don't want to, maybe you're filming something else. Maybe you're filming another person, but you want to narrate it. If you want to press record on this unit, you can then just narrate while you're filming something else. Again, the variety of options is almost infinite. The fact that you can also connect different devices up on top here, the fact that you have the windshield, like it's such a perfect setup. Again, that small little feature, which I absolutely adore, that magnet on the back, which is actually stuck down onto this metal surface here. So hard to get it off. But you can use the magnet on all types of clothing and different things that you want to set it up on. It's just a really versatile, reliable system. The audio quality is phenomenal. I've been really impressed with it. The fact that my girlfriend can use it on her iPhone with ease and it sounds fantastic. It's just a really well-rounded, portable, compact system that does everything you need. So yes, it is a little bit expensive, but this is going to be future-proof for a very long time. So if you think it's worthwhile the investment, you are not going to have to upgrade for a very long time. And then, like I said, maybe your productions will change over time. Maybe you just want to do talking to camera like this, but then later down the track, you might want to do like a multi-camera setup, or you might want to interview, another person. You don't have to worry about that because you've got the 2 transmitters here, and you can literally just have 2 people interviewed without having to worry about buying other gear or doing other things. You can just set it up like that with ease. So honestly, one of the best wireless microphone systems I've ever used. It's all I use on the channel right now. I've been using it for 2 months, and it's all I'm going to be using for, I don't even know, maybe the next couple of years, because it gives me everything I need. It's reliable, consistent, and has a lot of versatility. So I'd love your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the DJI Mic. If you've got one yourself, I'd love to know your thoughts on it, and I will chat to you in the next video. Peace.